Hello my dear students, I am WS Omega and I am an English teacher. Dear students, in my previous class, I have already taught you about the 12 different kinds of tense. Now today we shall be learning about the use of those tenses. The different tense forms are used to express different meanings. In our everyday speech, we use different tense forms to express different meanings. Now, let us go into the lesson. Number 1, the use of the simple present tense. First, I will give you 2 examples. I go for a walk every day. He studies every day late in the night. We see the verbs go and studies in the base form. Now here, in the 2 sentences, we see that the simple present tense is used to express an action which is repeated and becomes a habit. I go for a walk every morning. The action go is repeated every morning. He studies late in the night. The action studies is a repeated action or a habit. And so, simple present tense is used to express an action which is repeated and becomes a habit. Second, the second use of the simple present tense. Let us first look at examples. Tomatoes cost 30 rupees per kilo nowadays. And number 2, it rains now. Here, the simple present tense is used to express a present or an existing state of affairs. Remember, it is not an ongoing progress which will be present continuous tense, but an existing condition or an existing state of affairs. The third use of simple present tense, example, the sun rises in the east. The earth is round.
We cannot say the sun rose in the east or the earth was round.
Here, the simple present tense is used to express timeless present or a universal truth. The sentences express universal truth or a habitual fact. Fourthly, the use of simple present tense. Examples first, our school reopens next month. My sister leaves for Delhi next week. Here, the tense is simple present tense, but it expresses an action that will be done in the future. Number 2, now the use of the simple past tense. The first one, look at the examples. I came back home from work. Bina went to Paris last week. Here, it expresses an action of the past time. This is the most common use of the simple past tense. Second, the use of simple past tense. Examples, he went for a walk every morning. The man always carried an umbrella. Here, we see that the simple past tense is used to express a habitual action in the past. He went for a walk every morning, which means he used to go for a walk every morning but not now anymore. The man always carried an umbrella, meaning the man always used to carry an umbrella but not now anymore. And so, the simple past tense expresses a habitual action or a habit of the past. Number 3, the use of the present continuous tense. The first, look at the examples. The boys are playing in the field. The baby is crying for milk. These 2 sentences express an action in progress at the time of speaking. The boys are playing in the field. The action playing is going on now. The baby is crying for milk. The action crying is going on now itself. And so, the present continuous tense expresses an action in progress at the time of speaking. The second use of the present continuous tense. Let us look at examples. I am going to Delhi tomorrow. Sushil is attending the class tomorrow. What do you see here? We see that the tense is in present continuous tense, but it is not an ongoing progress. It rather expresses an action of the future. And so, present continuous tense is also used to express some action of the future. Number 4, now the use of past continuous tense. The first one, let us look at the examples. I was reading newspaper in the morning. Eliza was cooking in the evening. Here, the past continuous tense is used for past actions which continued for some time. Here, it is used with a time expression. I was reading newspaper in the morning. Eliza was cooking in the evening. The time here, it is used with a time expression, but sometimes it is used without a time expression. For example, it was raining. We don't know when it was, but it was raining. It was getting darker. Now, the second use of the past continuous tense. I was sleeping when you called me. Sarat was eating when Biramani came. Now, what do you see here? I was sleeping. This is past continuous tense. When you called me is simple past tense. Sarat was eating is past continuous tense. Biramani came, simple past tense. Now, very often, the past continuous tense is used in combination with the simple past tense to show that the action was continuing at a time when a new action happened. Here, I was sleeping when you called me. When the action sleeping was continuing, the second action called happened. The second example that I gave you, Sarat was eating when Biramani came. When the action eating was continuing, the second action came happened. Number 5, the use of present perfect tense. First, let us look at the examples. The first use, I have finished my homework now. The plane has landed. What do we find here? Here, the present perfect tense is used to express an action just completed. Now, the second use of the present perfect tense. Examples first, I have met you before. Here, the present perfect tense is used with before. When before means sometime in the past. The action met happened before sometime in the past. And so, the present perfect tense is used to express an action of the past. Number 6, the use of past perfect tense. Examples, the bus had left when we reached the place. Here, the past perfect tense is used to refer to the earlier of the two actions in the past. It shows which of the two actions in the past the action left or reached. Which one is the earlier one? So, the past perfect tense is used to refer to the earlier of the two actions in the past. The second use of the past perfect tense. Let us look at examples. She had left her phone in the bus. Here, the past perfect tense is used to express an action which stopped before the time of speaking. Before the time of speaking, the action left had already been completed. Thirdly, the use of the past perfect tense. Example, I wish I hadn't wasted my time. I wish I had read more. In these actions, the past perfect tense is used to express an unfulfilled wish relating to the past. 7. The use of present perfect continuous. Example, Minota has been singing since she was 8 years old. It has been raining for 3 days.
Here, the present perfect continuous tense expresses an action which began in the past but still continuing.
Number 8, the use of the past perfect continuous tense. Examples, Anal had been trying to get a job. My daughter had been studying hard. The tense is used for an action that began before a certain point in the past and was still going on. This tense is not used in the passive voice. Number 9, the use of future tense. Examples, Indira will go home after school. I shall teach English. Shall, will plus base form of the verbs make a prediction or future action. Will go, shall teach, make a prediction or future action. As I have mentioned in the beginning, the simple present tense can also indicate a future action. Not future tense, but a future action. Example, Wilhelmina leaves for Delhi tomorrow. Leaves is in the base form, but the action is of the future. Again, the present continuous tense can also indicate a future action. Example, we are going for a picnic next week. And so, these are all the uses of tense. I hope you understand it and I hope that you learn it well. Thank you so much.